Hey, wizards, it's me, Wade the Wizard. Welcome to the Wizard Show. So, oh my God. Oh, people are watching? How exciting is this? I had to have a costume change because climate change. Let me tell you about climate change. It is hot. The robe, the hat. I turned the fan on. Oh, wow. But that was amazing. I thought that I've had 6 debates apparently with Kent Hovind, and I thought that was the best debate. But essentially, couldn't answer any of my questions. And just for those who are maybe joining us from, so I'm going to try and answer some questions, but hopefully from this, I'm a little new to this live stream, and hopefully we can answer your questions. But I'm going to bring on my special guest. Without further ado, the amazing, he's getting ready. Here we go. Oh, look at that. It's Malachi. Welcome to the Wizard Show. Let's test your audio. Can I hear you? I cannot hear you. That is unfortunate. Edit mic settings.
Here, I got that better.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, that's my fault. Okay.
Oh, no worries, man.
I apologize for the mic quality. My microphone just decided to stop working on me tonight, so
man,
the headset.
Goddamn technology. Can I first of all just say, fuck. It's just
get it out of your system, man.
Man, I really tried to be I don't know, I did let a fuck word slip. Oh my God. Wait, hold on a second, Malachi. Are you high?
I actually was smoking. I was smoking during the debate. Yeah, I'm probably. I think I'm kind of a little obvious, but.
Okay, well, I got to catch up to you again.
Yeah.
I guess
it doesn't make me any less critical. In fact, I have a whole 2 pages of notes and points that I want to address.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. And I was being a shooter for you in the comments. People can get away with anything in those comments.
Those comments are crazy. People were like, "Oh, I love Jesus so much." Dude, okay, hold on. Before we say anything, so there's before we get into the debate, me, Donny, Kent, right? We're in the StreamYard service or whatever, and we're having a chat before we even do the debate. The first thing is hey, Trump won the election. Trump. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Man, I have been, ever since I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, I have been having...
It's been a rough day.
A lot of emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Well, I feel the exact same way. Last night, I mean, we were watching it very closely, and then it all just took a heavy, steep turn.
Yeah.
The election turned out pretty much about as bad as it could for people like us. Even people who don't define themselves as Democrats, the fact that Trump won the election last night it's abhorrent. It's unbelievable. But it is also, at the same time, very believable in this country. I mean, we just spent a whole debate, a whole 2 hours arguing over very basic science concepts, stuff that like sixth graders understand.
Seriously, the I feel like a big contributor, like the big root of the problem, is misinformation. Like, oh, what is science? What is the truth? I don't even know. Like, maybe the Bible is truth. Anyway,
That's why they have to lower the argument, like the science perspective, down to a religion. It's the only way that they could feel like we're arguing on equal terms.
well, aside from the whole election bullshit, I gotta say, as far as the debate goes,
Yeah.
I feel pretty proud of myself. Like, I've somehow had 6 debates. Well, we just finished the 6th debate at this point, and of all my different debates, I feel like this was my strongest debate. Like, I asked him a question, and he dodged and he dipped and he dived and he avoided every single question.
And are these guys cool with you, like uploading a copy onto your channel too? Because I noticed Kent had a copy. Like he was live streaming it, and they were live streaming it, and I think
Yeah.
it could stand to have your own copy on your channel, even if it's just a raw video of it.
Well, I haven't streamed any of our debates on my channel. Just I don't really. I guess I don't really see the point. Like, I've done reviews of our debates, but like, if I was like grasping for views or subscribers or something, like, maybe I would be more interested in that. But like,
yeah, there's something to be said about having a positive space.
Yeah, but I feel like you can, if you want to see the debate, just go to Donny's channel.
Yeah.
But man,
I didn't mean to knock you off track right there.
Oh, no worries, man. Look, this is a very loosey-goosey format. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I guess maybe I'll start with. Actually, let me see. How is present? Let me see if I. Oh, no, I don't. Maybe I'll share it. Let's try this. I don't know. Let's see how this looks. Oh, there we go. Maybe people can. How do I? Hold on a second. If I do this, this is better. Okay. There we go. So, with my past debates, actually, let's check this out. Whoa. Here we go. Oh yeah, past debates. Let's start here. So our first debate, and I've made a record of my arguments and Kent's arguments, and people can pause and screenshot this, but we have a chapter 2. I have my arguments and Kent's arguments. Chapter 3. Here's my arguments here on the left, and it's just, and you can add, and I don't know if I would recommend you watching each of these debates, because
you see a pattern very quickly when you're watching.
Yeah.
He sort of does the same few tricks.
Absolutely. He has the same argument that has never changed. This was, now I can't remember, I did, so with our 5th debate, I made predictions, and I think my predictions were in black. Let's see, hold on a second. I don't know. I had some kind of code where maybe you'll have to, if people are interested enough. There are 6 kinds of evolution. Basically, it's like the red is I didn't predict it, but he said it. No. Maybe that was like I predicted it and he said it. Anyway, I basically predicted what he was going to say. So this last debate, all right, so I said, how are there so many species? And I predicted he would say that the burden of proof is not on me. There are varieties, but there's a limit. And I actually don't think he touched on that too much, but he said, so in bold, he said, you came from a protozoa. Oh my God. I don't understand. This is just the argument from incredulity where, we start from a protozoa and we evolved into a human. But how is that possible? Well, Kent, what are the limits? What are the limits? And he went on about, oh man, that was so frustrating where like I specifically said a species is a creature that can evolve with or reproduce fertile offspring. Okay. Reptiles, amphibians, birds, mammals, they can reproduce within their offspring. And he said, what is a species? I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, in fact, one of the questions I asked.
You asked some questions.
I asked 2 questions. I didn't type them verbatim on my paper, but I remember them generally. The first question, Standing for Truth has arrived into the debate review.
He can join the conversation if he wants.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm trying to think. Oh, let's see. Invite. Let me take this link and post a comment. Boom! If anybody wants to join the conversation, Donny. I thought what was funny, I realized Donnie's last name is Bud in Sky. He's got a sky in, or he's got a buddy in the sky. He's got a sky daddy.
Oh, right. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, the 2 questions that I asked, well, the first one had to do with this. It was does Kent recognize the difference between crossbreeding infertile offspring and producing fertile offspring? They didn't have time to get to my question, but I don't think he would have had a great answer for that, or he would have said something that would have contradicted his prior statements.
Someone's had a comment. Bud and Sky? Is it Bud and Sky or Bud in Sky? Bud in Sky? I don't know. I'm not sure. Hey, we got some more viewers now, but
well, welcome.
Let me jump back to remove. Hold on a second. Oh shit, I'm so new to this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we talked about how are there so many species. I thought it was great how Kent completely avoided this question. But my next question was, what are the limits of an all-powerful God? And he said, there's no limits. Okay, well, evolution is still feasible. And he just got caught up on this idea of like, it's feasible. I don't know. I don't know science, man.
Yeah, there was a lot of like definition arguments, like what's feasibility, what's species, what's
not like what's feasibility.
And I mean, obviously, like the argument you were going for is that there's no contradiction between God and evolution, but then Kent is saying no, God purposely made it like the Bible, not like modern scientists argue the world like evolved.
Oh man, I really wish. But I was glad. I was trying to get Donnie to have a debate with me, and I think I slipped it in there. And he said yes. We're gonna debate on the existence of God or morality, and I'm really excited about that because honestly, as much as I know about evolution, I know a lot more, or I've studied a lot more about theology and about religion and God. And Oh my God, excuse me. Why didn't you get your point? They didn't get your point. Kent always states such limits as adaptations, but they never define those limits. Yeah. No, so what I tried to
Oh no, you can
let me
go ahead.
just say real quick. Oh my well, you talk while I catch my
Okay.
cough.
Yeah. So another one of the questions I asked was why he always brings up pre-modern evolution like theory. Like he doesn't mention modern evolution theory at all. He always goes to Darwin quotes, and Darwin is like an originator of a study. You know, we wouldn't be asking like Eratosthenes about modern mathematics. You know, it doesn't really like follow to refer to older like science in the context of what people believe nowadays. I don't even like Charles Darwin was like wrong on a lot of stuff like by scientist standard, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that is interesting. Yeah, it's so frustrating where we're talking about evolution, the science of evolution, where we have a coyote and there's changes in the heritable characteristics of biological populations over successive generations, and then we see a dog, like coyote, dog, wolf, dog, coyote. We're talking about this, and then like Kent's like, whoa, a mosquito and a whale. I don't understand. This is the argument from incredulity. It's the argument from ignorance. He has no idea what he's talking about. So maybe let's see. Oh, wait a second. I need to. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and totally
So
Sparta that they can't define the difference between the two different types of evolution. It's just
yeah,
it's building their own goalposts, and then they'll dodge around them anyway.
It's that moving goalpost. So my third question was, how do you define relatedness? And he said, man, I felt like he was feeling the pressure because he's what is science? Science is what you know, and what you can observe directly. And species, they make babies. The Big Bang. How do you explain the Big Bang? And shifting the burden of proof, like, oh, it's on you to define what what relatedness is, like evolution. And like, either they can make babies or taxonomy. What is it, Kent? What is it? And he was stuck. And he couldn't say shit.
So I have some of my notes pulled up here.
Please. I would love to hear.
And I have my favorite quote of the night.
Oh shit, man! Yeah,
I was trying to type this as he was saying it, but it's hard to exactly follow his verbiage. But I think I mostly got it. The beaver and the butterfly have a common ancestor. This is stupid. It should be criminal, and I will send a letter to Trump asking to remove it from the books. Why don't we get a dog as big as an elephant? Those are two of my favorite quotes from the debate.
Man, I feel like I really had Kent win. I can't even. I'll have to watch it back, but like, I had some argument. Like, how do you define relatedness? And he's like, I bet you're a Democrat. My God, dude. And I honestly, like, that was a completely unfiltered reaction. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Kent? A Democrat? Yeah. How do you define relatedness? Like, okay. I also, so one thing I didn't plan was this like point system, but after our first talking point, I was like, let's see. And I was like, how are there so many species? And he's like, what's a species? He didn't answer the question. So I was like, well, guess that's a point for me because, yeah, Donnie.
I noticed that it like I didn't know that would work so well, but it actually put him on his back foot every single
Yeah,
time
he's
he
like,
did
oh,
it, and he was
that's
like,
my point. It's my
yeah,
point. No,
yeah,
no,
he
it's
like
my
tried
point.
to go for the point, and you just made up the points on the spot. You guys are never doing points in the first place. I
Oh
thought that
my
was
god.
it was very funny watching him react to that. I think it's because you're one of the few people that when you debate him, you like kind of do the same things he does at him. Like you
Yeah.
have the PowerPoint show, and then you're doing like loud expressions in his face the same way he would do to people. It's pretty satisfying watching him like be off put, even if it's for a moment.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh. I completely forgot what I was talking about.
Okay, well, one of the
Yeah.
first things that he gets into is that the word species is synonymous with kind, and then refers to multiple dictionary definitions of species
Oh,
without actually saying that kind meant your definition of species specifically. He would sort of jump around that, and then he would just keep on defining the word species. So that was sort of like how the debate started from his end.
I do also feel like it was a good progression. You know, we started out because, and I guess I didn't mention this before, but like as I've watched Kent's debates, he's a slippery snake, and I see these exits or these like the back door, right? And it depends on like speciation, relatedness, limits, design. Like there's always a back door because you know like how do you define relatedness? Oh, they can have babies. Oh, but how is speciation possible? Oh, well, it's more taxonomy, you know, and it's just shifting goalpost.
Yeah, his answer at one point in time, I believe, is that there are some Zorses that can mate. I'm not sure if he had a citation for that, but that was a claim he made at one point of time.
Yeah. Uh, well, so the thing, like a big point is why might have a seventh debate. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a seventh debate.
I
Seven
think
debates.
you should just troll him more and more until you're just not allowed on the show anymore.
I mean, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm totally on board. But
I was shocked a
um,
couple times. You were kind of pushing it with the with those guys with saying
I,
fuck because you stopped yourself the first time, and then the next when he did the are you a Democrat thing that you like
yeah.
cracked a little, and then you did the nipple thing, and the audience was like in fire every time that you like did something like that. They were very off put by it.
Uh,
And you got
yeah.
away with that one fuck without getting kicked off. I wonder, like, because
Oh,
now you have the new rules. Now they won't let you do that, but I'm sure you could find other ways that'll new rules for the
yeah.
show.
But so yeah, here's the thing: is as I was preparing for this debate, I had a whole list of counter arguments. Like if he talked about like, oh, that's just the majority of opinion. Like communist China, oh, you know, they think that's the majority of opinion, and I was like, oh, if you say that, here's my argument. I'm going to talk about, you know, this the way that science works, and I had all this like, oh, Big Bang. You think everything came from a dot? And I was ready. I had my arguments ready, but they didn't come up. He just like did these weird. He avoided every question. He avoided
Yeah,
every question.
it's like when he gets to the end of his script, even if you have like something you throw into it, he just sort of wants to move on to a different one instead of like trying to chase you down the rabbit hole. I think I think that's why he doesn't have new material often, is because he doesn't like to leave his comfort zone, and he has like a lot of good zingers he can get in. But it really does it feels like he's a cheap show magician when he uses the same exact zingers in every single debate every single time,
Yes.
even with the same people. Like he starts the debate as if you've never spoken to him before. Like a lot of these things should just be established points that you already know you disagree on, and then build off that. But he starts at the very beginning. He's like, species are kinds, they can have babies. Actually, they're close enough. I I don't care if I'm not going to even engage with the idea of their babies having babies. That's I will jump before you get me on that one.
I I gotta mention our buddy Sparta made a great comment talking about I'm related to my brother, but I can't have babies with him. And we were talking about like relatedness, and that I guess that was my third point. Like we're related, we can have babies, but that's speciation. And oh man, it was just it was good. I can't remember. Maybe it'll come back to me. I don't know.
Okay, here I have another point on my notes real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
When he first did his intro, he made 3 main points. He only followed the kinds point, which I guess makes sense postscript, but he also made 2 big points that he kind of
Okay,
didn't
hold
come
on.
back to at all.
I hate to interrupt you, but I
Oh, that's fine.
remembered my argument or my point,
Yeah.
so I wanted to interject. But he was like, there was some question in like the post show or the questions. It's like, there's all kinds of variety of humans. You know, we have Latino and black and all these different kinds of humans, right? But like, we're the same species. How do you define species? I was like, we can fuck. I mean, basically, what I said is like, we produce fertile offspring. That's the definition of a species. We're one. The human is one species, and he tried to like do a gotcha.
Yeah,
Or
when you
something.
mentioned that, I even wrote a note somewhere, but I can't find it. But
Yeah.
he basically says uh race equals kind. Like I wrote it somewhere. It was race equals kind equals species. That's the note I had, because he was like, he tried to just pull it right back to the original like the kinds argument again, which is, it's like the I don't know, it's really like, it's such a obtuse talking point to just pull out 4 dictionary definitions and be like, these are contradictory, are they not? Instead of like engaging with the definition that your like
Oh,
opponent has laid out, you know. But that was most of the debate. But he also made 2 other big points. He said Noah's flood explains geography. I would have loved to have heard more about that. And he said Earth is 6,000 years old, which I know he believes, but it's interesting he mentioned it in his like intro statements, but never came back to it at all, like throughout the whole debate.
man. I'm getting all sorts of ideas for debate number 7. Yeah, let me what was my last talking point? So I think we covered a species, the limits of an omnipotent God. There's no limits. How do you define relatedness? He didn't talk about shit. So my last question: why did an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-loving God make such bad designs? And so, quick note: like the not bolded text is my predictions. So before we had a debate, I made these predictions. So my question was, why did an all-powerful God make such bad designs? And I thought he would say vestigial means you don't need it. Actually, I don't think he touched on that. Vestigial.
No,
Yeah, I
he
might have
kind
to
of
watch it
just
back, but
didn't. I don't think he engaged with the vestigial thing.
yeah. Well,
I
I
remember you
did bring it up
trying.
at some point.
Yeah, I think
But
his only because you brought it up, but his only engagement was something like he was denying it, saying that over time it's been proven that each of these supposed vestigial body parts are actually uh, still used, or like wasn't that specific, but he was implying that they're no longer vestigial, like under like definition or something, without really like indicating where he knew that, like how
man,
he knew
like,
that, or anything like that.
yeah, he goes off on the whole like, oh, if you're, he fucking pulled out his pocket knife. Do you? He's like, if your tailbone is vestigial, whooshing, pulls out his knife. He's like, I'll cut your tailbone out. I'm like, that is vestigial anatomy does not mean it's useless. Next question. And oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wild. Debate number 7. Man, I might. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Oh, but man, I'm really excited. I've had a lot of ideas how to debate Donnie on either morality or the existence of God.
Yeah, I really don't think Donnie was going to be as slippery as Kent. Like, he might actually put up like a real argument or two. You might not just.
Well,
Like,
about no, I think I would have a hard time debating Donnie on evolution because he's not that like evolution's not true, but there's these just Donnie has studied all the little slippery outlets, the little escapes, and he's like, oh, wiggly, wiggly. But
do
one
you
of
think
the
he's
things
just
that
going to play Kent Hovind's same like angle?
no,
Hmm.
I think he's doing. He's probably pretty well educated in the evolution argument, but
Yeah, he's a apologeticist. He runs a ministry, for Christ's sake.
yeah. But yeah, one of the things I was
Looks like
prepared.
Sparta's trying to join the conversation. I don't know if you saw that.
Okay. So first of all, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know how to, because I haven't added shit. This is like my first time doing well. I've done StreamYard before, but adding people, I don't know, because I don't see. Sorry, I
Yeah,
don't
no
know.
worries. I just
You need to
saw
add
it
me.
in the
How do I
chat. I don't know
add
if you saw
you?
it.
I don't have any new emails. Do I have a new email? Okay. If not, I would love to have a conversation with this dude, this person. So please send an email to itsthewizardshow@gmail.com. What were we talking about, Malachi? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, add to stage. This is happening.
Oh, there we go.
Who's this? Who is this?
Okay. Hi. Okay,
Hey.
Wait, I
can
can
you
hear
hear
you,
me?
but I can't see you. Where's your camera, man?
No,
Hold on a second. Oh, active siege. This is happening. Who's this? Who's this?
please. Okay. Hi. Okay,
That sounds like someone I know.
no,
Hold on a second. Oh, active siege. This is happening.
Hold on. Let me mute. Okay, I'm gonna mute just for a minute. Hopefully we can figure out. I really want to see the video. I don't know who this person is. Sparta. sounds like someone I know, someone familiar, but
Yeah, I think
man,
this
I also
was
feel like I just want to say, okay, so like to wrap up the whole debate conversation, I feel like all my other 5 debates, as far as the like Q&A, the questions, I feel like I did really good in the questions. I don't know, maybe you can speak to that.
Yeah, I mean, it was shorter than I expected, and I think you used up about as much time as they were going to let you get. Like, the scale is very weighed in the debates on that channel. I mean, it's very apparent from the theme and from the channel itself that you're not going to find lots of allies there. But even then, the questions were like the same questions Kent gets all the time. I didn't see him answer anything new, and you were able to sort of dig in there a little bit when otherwise we would have just heard the same boilerplate thing that we always hear from him.
Yeah.
Oh, Sparta left. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. No. I just gotta say, this is like my first time. I've done live streams, but I haven't really like added or joined. This is a new software to me.
Yeah, if Sparta sticks around, subscribes to the channel, they can join next Wizardology, which is what, this Sunday, right?
Oh man, dude, yeah, I was Wizardology, man.
I liked
Sunday.
hearing your first sermon. I think is the one I listened to lately. It was either the first or the second one, but it was well done as like a atheistic sermon. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it, because man, I put a lot of effort into this fucking religion, and I spent probably more time than I needed to on logos and iconography. I don't know where my hat is, but
I like the hat.
Yeah.
The new hat is pretty sick. It's got the new logo on it. Did you ever get your sign working?
I did not. I haven't. Man, I've been working on. We have a hot tub. Time to smoke up a little bit.
You've been building a hot tub instead?
Yeah. It's. I want to do a video soon about the hot tub.
I would watch it.
It's been quite a project. Well, I appreciate it. It's one viewer.
I'm a lot of people's only commenter, only viewer. It's honestly,
Man.
like the least people can do is interact with stuff, and it means a lot more to smaller channels.
I'm trying to. Okay, so this is just interesting because I thought I was going to answer questions, right? We've got 4 people watching, which I don't know if that. But like I told when we were doing the debate, I'm like, hey, I'm going to answer all your questions. I'm going to answer your questions. Where are the creationists? I will answer your question right now. Who's watching? Please add a comment. Where are they? Where the fuck are they? They can't watch this?
Yeah, I was welcoming them the whole show. I kept saying you're allowed to cuss if you come on here. Oh, is Sparta on here now?
Yeah, let's try to
Yeah.
Are they audio only? Oh,
Yeah.
you sound better quality.
Hold on.
Yeah. I had the video parallel
You-
in another tab. I had to mute the other tab before joining you on Streamlit, so I hit the double. So right, but I leave the camera still off now because I want to go to for a smoke, and it doesn't make sense to have the camera on there. So right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm from Germany, and
Germany.
I'm sorry.
Jesus
I'm
Christ. Welcome.
I'm sorry.
Welcome.
I'm sorry to hear what happened to your country last night or to the election.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Like
Yeah.
I've been thinking of doing a video about my response to this crazy situation. But yeah, it's very intense.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, from German perspective, it's unbelievable that this convicted fellow can be president.
Yes.
Yeah, felons can't even vote in most states at this point, and
But it can be
they
president.
can be president. How about that? It's almost like if you're rich and you're a felon, the rules don't apply to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
But what scares me so much is that the whole I can't remember the whole. It was like the whatever making the laws where the president can basically do whatever they want.
No, that's the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. That they
Yeah.
can do whatever the fuck they want.
And they're loyalists that he appointed, that he's coming back around for 4 years later.
Hold on.
Yeah,
hold on.
4 years ago he appointed some guys in the Supreme.
Hey, hold on a second. I look. I'm so glad you joined the show, but let's talk about Kent Hovind. Let's talk about Kent.
Yeah. Sorry,
it's a little bit more fun.
Fucking shit.
It's a little bit more fun to talk about Kent.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to give you my consolation. So
condolences.
Yeah, condolences.
Thank you so much.
All we've heard all day is "fuck you, Trump won." So it's good to hear something else.
Fuck Trump.
Yeah, Kent Hovind. And talking about fuck, yeah, and he's so illiterate because even I know that fuck can be used as an adverb, as a verb, as a noun.
That was such a crazy comment.
Fantastic.
Fuck is a verb, dude. Fuck is of anything. A noun, a verb, but prepositional.
Are you familiar with the brilliant show The Wire?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
The Wire? Yeah. It's in Baltimore. It's 6 seasons. It's a drug criminals story and crime drama. Yes, and the two police investigators take up a cold case and go to the how do you call the place where the crime happened, the murder, the place where it happened, crime scene. Yeah, and they start to reinvestigate. And it's 10 minutes or something like that. And they pick up things. Fuck. The only thing. And each and every fuck has a different intonation. You need to see. It's one of the best shows which ever has been released. So
it's a versatile word.
I'm not going to be able to monetize this video. I hope you know all these fuckwords. Oh no, I'm not gonna get paid. Come on, man. You know
What's the point? What's the point if you're not making money off of YouTube?
Yeah.
So Kent Hovind. 1 point.
Kent Hovind.
Did you find the kinds argument compelling? We've only heard that 1,000 times.
Argument? hold on.
Uh,
Heinz.
I've got a new take. I've heard several debates with Kent Hovind from different guys. So but I've got now a new take on it, which I never heard before. Because look at the Bible, and in none of these sentences it says the kinds
Hold on.
produced
Wait,
by
look in the
come forth.
Bible.
Yeah. And it says, God brings forth after their kind. God brings forth after their kind. You can't eat only by the kind. You can't mix the different kind. But in no, not one sentence I found, they have stated that the species, the kind, came forth by themselves. So no, the definition isn't there. But Kant always tries to impose it into the Bible text. If you
Bible.
look closely,
So it's like he's counting on people for not reading the actual verbatim
yeah,
Bible.
Oh my
it's
God. Oh
he
my.
takes this totally out of context, and nobody said it before to him.
It's a pretty classic American evangelical trick, though, is to find like 4 or 5 Bible verses that you really like and then just like abuse people with them.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
of course, and ignore
For-
everything else, and yeah.
I was just so ready to talk about the Bible. I can't believe Kent didn't really bring it up, but like one thing that I hadn't known, but like, you know, I'm doing research, unbiased research.
Yeah, it's
But I was looking into the Bible, and someone mentioned there's I don't know what the scripture verse is. Someone can figure this out, but there's a scripture verse that says the sun and the moon are the same size. There's a scripture that says the sun and the moon are the same circumference. And I was ready to ask Kent. I'm like, oh, hey, there's Sparta, man, dude. Hey, oh my God, it's so good, dude.
Mut zum Hut.
Oh my God, thank you
love
so much for joining. This is
Oh,
dude.
hang on,
I have been.
I hear you.
Oh, you hear me? Thank you. I just want to say, like, I've been feeling discouraged because no one has really been engaging in wizardology in my channel and all that. And this fucking election, I can't believe it. And I just feel like no one really cares. Like, what the hell? But this awesome, amazing person, Sparta, thank you for joining.
Oh,
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity this next like 4 years to be more aggressive in like hitting these people, because I mean it's all we got at this point. We don't have any institutional power, so these debates are going to matter a little bit more, I think. Trying to get people to at least be a little bit more educated. I mean, they're stripping down our education system, so this alternate media type of ecosystem is going to be the way a lot of people are going to be learning here in the next few years, unfortunately.
yeah.
I mean, it's already how I watch a lot of educational content. It's just for other people, they think it's educational content, and it is it's you know, I have something that I really.
Yeah, what are some of the other notes that you took during the debate? I want to hear your notes that you took down.
Okay, so one very interesting thing is since the other question I asked was the like modern evolution theory question, I asked why he always
I
quotes
remember.
Charles Darwin but never refers to modern evolution theory. And
Right.
that question wasn't brought up at all because obviously they didn't have time for it. And the thing he said specifically towards the end of the debate that would have been a perfect thing to bring this question up because of it was natural selection cannot change properties. When we know for a fact point mutations can do like wild changes over one single generation. Like there's literally a point mutation for scales to turn into feathers. Like it's wild that like the last 100 years of evolutionary biology is just ignored. It doesn't exist in Kent's world, basically.
Right. And for such a debate, you need to have examples to be convincing. And another one would be the bacteria who evolved nylon eating. So, and this is stuff which is invented by humans, and
That's
so it's
true. I forgot about
impossible that bacteria could have this property before humans invented nylon. So, and it's a beneficial mutation for those bacteria. Another would be Radcliffe's evolution of multicellularity, which is snowflake yeast. You have to really dump this guy such examples into his face.
Yeah.
Because in the debate, if you don't do this and you just say, "Oh, it's scientific, we've got beneficial mutation," and you can't give at least one example, then it's bad for the audience. And all his followers say, "Oh, wait, it looks like an idiot," and such kind. They wrote, "Yeah."
It's only his religion, and
Yeah,
Oh,
sound.
I think it.
So
I think it's okay
I'm back again.
It got loud for a second, but it's normal again.
Yeah. My headset is a little bit wonky sometimes.
But yeah, totally. Like they were taking every opportunity they could to just be like, "Oh, you're running away from the argument," like just because you didn't like nail him with specific, hyper-specific examples. I feel like I even made a sarcastic comment, and someone even unironically agreed with me. I was like, "Oh, next time Wade should bring a list of all the species with him," is what I said, and someone was just like, "Yes, this would be perfect to do."
I did.
It's like,
but no, I did answer this to you.
You did?
I
Okay.
answered to you and said, "That's a good idea for the next time." Yes, it was totally in agreement with you. Yes, I remember.
So you just agreed with that unironically, though, right? So you think that that's a good idea? So I mean, maybe it's
it's a very good idea. If Ken comes with his chart and asks, "Where are the species?" you can come up with a list.
Maybe
print it out. And
he even specifically said birds, reptile. No, not birds. Right? Which ones did he say could be on the ark? He was very specific.
Dude, birds, reptiles, amphibians,
baby dinosaurs,
tetrapods, and like he could not figure that out. He's like, "Oh, what's a species?" And I'm like, Kent, it's birds, mammals, amphibians, like. They can reproduce fertile offspring. And he's like, "Oh, but I have no idea what a species is."
But sorry, birds, mammals, they are not species. Sorry, no, wait.
Going
no.
1,000 to 40,000 species. That's species plants. Man, and there was so many like I had so many like
something on the ground, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, so that's why I was acting erratically.
And his answer was such a cop-out. So actually, they accept so-called microevolution because they had space problems on the ark. So this is they don't and they don't accept evolution, but adaptation on steroids within the last 4,000 years. Yeah.
They can make babies.
And their adaptation is really, if you bring
I'm
it
not
down,
exactly even sure I'm not exactly even sure what he was like, what his argument was at a certain point. Because he was like, he was not acknowledging that many species existed, but he was also saying that they prove to me that all of these species can't interbreed. And then he was bringing up specific examples of animals that actually can't interbreed, like they could crossbreed and create an infertile like offspring, but it's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And then he never comes back to being like, well, and here's why there's less of those species. He's just like, he brings you to a little place and then he just ditches you there.
His argument was literally that modern biologists go out of their way and identify new species, like 10,000 different species of frogs. So, and therefore this number is unwarranted. And they make it only for profit, of course. And so now we have only 8,000 kind, which he said, and that's enough. So, yeah. How do you deal with it? You would say, yeah, but do you accept that a lion and a tiger, are they different species, or a house cat?
Yeah,
because they have all cats in one.
That's why he's not specific about kinds and species and races and all. He's just like one thing. It's the difference between animals is one thing.
Well, I thought it was funny where he went from, because I was talking about going from 1,400 species to over 40,000 species, and he's like, maybe it was like 8,000 species. I'm like, bro, even if you're going from 8,000 to 40,000, what are you talking about? That's speciation. Okay,
but there was at this point of the discussion, he said, "Are you sure they can't interbreed?" And then you said, "Yeah, they can. Yeah, because they are hybrids and sometimes even fertile hybrids. But that doesn't. That's the exception. It's not the it's not the rule, and it is only going for very, very closely related species, and not for all of them. So, and therefore a list with the species, as he said, would be good. So, like, he can't deny that a type of lizard can't have fertile offsprings with the lion. But maybe he can, because he says to demonstrate that there are so many. But he would gallop to some other thing.
Yeah, he's like, oh, do you think that a whale was related to a mosquito? And I'm like,
yes. He always falls back. When you were talking about specific evolution, he always falls back. Oh, but the amoeba is not related. Yeah.
It's almost a good Kent Hovind type question to be like, hey, can cats and squirrels have babies? Hey, can birds and can blue jays and chickens have babies? Just railing him with just random like animal combinations that are just
actually one of my arguments, I wanted to like just look at a phylogeny chart, where it starts with like dogs and wolves, coyotes, and I want to be like, Kent, is this related? Is this related? Is this related? And take a step back, take a step back, take a step back. And like, at what point, we're looking at these like dog hybrid, like bear hybrids.
Yeah, I know what he would say.
Yeah, the problem is he would take out the chart and he would say, this is art, this is propaganda. He would say, here's my little tree. And
we never
bullshit.
We never observed it, therefore it's not knowledge. That's his. Yeah.
I do.
But
I do.
In a sky that and you can't. That's so mean. You can't even get it with. What's about your sky daddy? He would say, "I believe it. I say it's my belief." but yeah, that's a funny thing. You can't get him in criticizing his religion, in this regard, but only in his misrepresentation of science, and that's where he always comes. Cows don't
Yeah.
always produce cows, and that's where you misunderstand that it's not an individual take, but it's a change over generations of heritage. Evolution is it's not that one. My cat wouldn't breed a non-cat now.
Yeah.
And by the way, the one creationist he got you. Wait, and you really provided the wrong answer. There was a question,
Oh,
and someone asked you if the first dog came from a non-dog, and you said yes, and that is wrong because it's a slow transitional movement.
it was a
And if you are,
that
and the
was a
question
tricky
was,
question.
there is not a wolf, and then there's a dog, all of a sudden, but there's a slow
Yeah,
change.
the creationists misrepresent evolution as like, oh, suddenly you go from one species and you produce a new species, and that doesn't.
And wouldn't
Yes,
there technically be a
and that's where
non-dog
you
even if
go.
it's not a wolf? Like, isn't that still
Well,
like how it would?
but here's the
No,
thing. Well, hold on a second. So like with all of evolution, it's a slow, gradual transition. It's a process. How do you, saying like defining the dog species or the human species? And I think this is a great argument against why God created humans specifically, because you look at a color spectrum and you say define green, and how do you like, this is green, but it's a slow, gradual transition. Like there's no real defined cutoff as to where humans begin and non-humans, whatever the fuck that means. And so, like, talking about sending dogs from a non-dog or a wolf, like, how do we define dog? How do we define wolf? It's a very gradual process. Like, what do you?
So these are just
yeah, but,
gradual
but
genetic changes that eventually show up over generations. Is that a
over
better way to?
generations,
Yeah.
and they have to be separated, and so that there's no genetic flow between those populations. So right, and that's why I said you fell into this
Yeah.
creationist
It's like
trap.
a trick question in a
It's a
way.
trick question. Yeah. Because he got you. So then you have to show where a cow becomes a non-cow or something like that. So that was a kind of gotcha from them. And for Kent, yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, yeah.
Well, so
Well, it was a trap. Trick question.
do you guys think that I should do a seventh debate number 7? What do you think?
I think you should do it, but I think it should be a little less serious, like a little bit more like trying to
satirical,
well, and,
wacky.
yeah, and trying to trip him up, like the way that you were hitting him with like his own like Kent Hovinisms, except they were like from your
Yeah.
perspective, and it kept throwing him on the back foot. I think it's just it's good debate for like maybe getting to somebody in a tertiary audience who's watching it, because a lot of these conversations, they're between like there are a few like skeptic, like atheist types, or maybe not like atheists, but not like not fundamentalists in these groups, and then it's like overwhelmingly apologetics,
Yeah,
and
like I
so,
used
like,
to
I
be
think maybe
there.
you can break some of those people, like with like the
Yeah.
right kind of like
Mm.
like positing with Kent's same style sometimes, but also having a better point, And I think you did a really good job when you pointed out that he should change his material, because he didn't have anything to say to that. He didn't have like he's never updated his facts once, and he knows that, and his audience knows that, and I think it's just like
Same
you
shit.
could You
No,
could even like take clips of things that he says to you in these debates and play them back to him when you predict that that's what he said. Like I think that would really fucking get to somebody.
no. I've seen that he's been and he just would say, "Oh, I don't have to change my script if it's true." And
It's
he
true,
gets
yeah.
the applause
Oh.
from he gets the applause from the audience. No,
Right.
no. What you have to do, you have to really, really know his script from heart. And for each of his arguments, you have to have a counter argument. Oh,
Right.
it was lagging here. Did you hear me? I think
Yeah,
the best
we
way.
No, I think that's good.
It's good that he always uses the same script because you can prepare intensively.
And so Kent Hovind, he changes his script or no, he does not change.
No, he doesn't.
Same shit. Same shit. But I can study his arguments, and that's what I did. I looked at his arguments and I saw what his little exits were, talking about kinds and talking about relatedness and these limits. And
I think they should be one-liners too, like how he'll be like natural selection cannot change properties, and then you pop up like the slide that's like natural selection cannot change properties, and your response right under it, one sentence response that's like no acknowledgement of modern evolution theory, it's just something like that, and then just go on a little rant like that and hit your point like over and over.
Or can change and following examples. E. coli experiment paper, C paper from 1980. What and see this paper, Radcliffe et al. Et al. And so on, so that you have got really substantial scientific ground for this. Your arguments were sound, but they were. I found it after a while you repeated yourself and you were not flexible enough to engage with his arguments in another way. So, if you know what I mean, so to demonstrate to the audience to use other wordings or another example or take another approach, so that you don't have only one gun to shoot, but multiple ammunition.
How funny would it be if you had two slides for the same argument and you just brought up a different slide with the same argument?
I don't know, like, how do you prepare for every what I've tried to do is I've made predictions in my last couple of debates where I basically think out the whole argument in my mind, and I say, oh, I'm going to say that like, how did all these species originate? How are there so many species? And I think, oh, like, well, he'll maybe say, I try and predict what he's going to say based on what he said before, and
maybe that could be it. Like how many species, and then you can have like another thing for when he mentions not what the animals that he says are allowed on the ark, which I always forget because they're so hyper specific.
Man, one thing
those species and being like, this number, how did it become this number then instead of 40,000? If this is the number you want, and then he has nowhere to jump from there, But it would be a lot of effort per thing to do multiple steps. That's but like, I think there's no point in a seventh debate unless it goes hard.
Yeah.
By the way, the actual number of species on Earth, actual counting, is 1.8 million, not 46,000.
Yeah, depending
you probably you refer to families or groups or something like that. I don't know where this number came from. Or only land animals? I don't know. Or vertebrates? I don't know.
Maybe that's already a cut down number for the.
That might be. From further debates, and hang on. Even in Wikipedia, where did I say? Good question.
Hey,
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No. But no, it's all right. Yeah, if I throw out like numbers, I need to provide the source for them, of course, and that's the problem. Yeah, and that was lacking in the debate. So,
all right,
right.
all right.
No.
Hold on.
So,
Let me
I know.
just give it. If I can jump in, I've loved this conversation. I've appreciated both your inputs. I really have to pee. Also, I didn't expect this to last so long, but yeah, are we gonna have a seventh debate? That's a very interesting question. I think I might prepare something for another debate. Do I hope to debate Donny? Absolutely. I
Yeah,
want to talk
that's
about the
going to be
existence
interesting.
of God or morality. And yeah, just a quick plug for Wizardology. We're going to meet every second Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on The Wizard Show. Want to thank both of you for joining the conversation. And we're going to say goodnight and much
hang
love.
on. Just
Right.
one second before you go. Yeah, okay. I hit the bell icon. But just if you're considering. Oops. Oh, do you hear me?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will strongly recommend. Do you know Mark Reed?
Yeah, Mark Reed.
Mark Reed, and he did a debate with Kent Hovind about a year ago, and
Yeah,
this
Mark Reed.
this
Good.
was awesome how he dealt
We'll
with Kent.
send
So he
our
didn't give
viewers
him
over there.
anything for breathing, just to improve your skills, debating skills,
Okay.
how
Good
how
homework.
to deal with
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Later.
Okay, see you.